Sometimes, a story comes along that we just can't shake. It starts with a single image, a grainy video from a hotel elevator. This video appears on the internet, and soon, millions of people are watching it. They watch it again and again. They are trying to understand what they are seeing. The video shows a young woman. She is alone. She seems scared. Or maybe she is playing a game. No one is quite sure. The video has no sound. It only has questions. This silent footage would become the start of a mystery that still puzzles us today. It is a story that reminds us how some things in life are hard to explain. That's where the story begins. Elisa Lam was a daughter, a sister, a student. She came from British Columbia in Canada. She was studying at a university there. Like many young people, she had a blog. She wrote about her life. She wrote about her thoughts on fashion. She wrote about her struggles. She was open about her feelings. She decided to take a trip by herself. She planned to visit cities like San Diego, Los Angeles, Santa Cruz. This was her West Coast tour. It was a big adventure for her. She was excited to see new places. She wanted to meet new people. She traveled by train. She traveled by bus. It was an affordable way to see the country. Her blog posts from the trip were full of excitement. Where she went, what she did. Her family knew this trip was important to her. They supported her dream to explore. She was in regular contact with them. This was a promise she made to them. Her blog gives us a small window into her mind. She wrote about feeling a little lonely sometimes. But she also wrote about the beauty she found in the world. She was trying to find her place in it. This trip was part of that search. It's that mix of excitement and vulnerability we feel when we step into the unknown. To understand this story, we must also understand the place where it happened. When it opened in the 1920s, it was a beautiful place. But over the years, its reputation changed. The area around it became known as Skid Row, a place where many homeless people live. The hotel itself became known for darkness. Many people died there over the decades. Accidents, suicides, murders. Its reputation was so dark, it became legend among true crime fans. When Elisa checked in, she may not have known. She was a tourist looking for an affordable place to stay. Part of the building rebranded to attract a younger crowd. For many, the hotel felt like a character in the story itself. Elisa Lam arrived in Los Angeles on January 26, 2013. She checked into the hotel on January 28th. For the first few days, things seemed normal. She visited a local bookstore and bought gifts to take home. She was still posting on her blog. January 31st was the day she was supposed to check out and travel to Santa Cruz, but she never checked out. She never got on the bus. That same day, her family grew worried. She had promised to call every day. She did not call. They called the police and reported her missing. LAPD searched the hotel, her room, and the rooftop with a police dog, but they found no sign of Elisa Lam. It was as if she had vanished. Some remembered her as lively and friendly. Others mentioned strange behavior inside the hotel. She was moved from a shared room to a private one after roommate complaints. Days turned into weeks. There were very few clues. That's how the first days unfolded. After weeks with no progress, the police released a piece of evidence. On February 14, 2013, the video went online. The video quickly went viral. Millions watched, captivated and confused. It was security camera footage from inside an elevator, dated January 31st. She presses several buttons. She waits for the door to close, but it does not. She peeks out, looking left and right, as if expecting someone or hiding from someone. She quickly steps back in, presses against the wall, trying to disappear. Then she steps out again. Her hands flutter, her fingers twist, as if talking to someone unseen. After about 2 minutes, she walks down the hall to the left and vanishes from the camera. A short time later, the door finally closes. Why did the elevator door not close? Was someone holding a button outside? Was it broken? Her behavior was difficult to interpret. Some believed she was afraid of someone just out of view. Others thought she was experiencing a psychotic episode, or under the influence of drugs. The video offered no clear answers. It only deepened the mystery. A silent film everyone tried to give a voice to, but no one could agree on the script. Weeks after the video, the mystery remained unsolved. Life at the hotel continued. Guests used the water to shower, brush their teeth, and drink, until they began to complain. Low pressure, strange taste, discoloration. On February 19th, maintenance worker Santiago Lopez went to the roof to investigate. The hotel's water came from 4 large tanks, about 10 feet tall. Lopez found a lid open and looked inside. At the bottom, he made a terrible discovery. He found the body of a woman. Police were called. The body was identified as Elisa Lam. She had been missing for 19 days. Her body was found in the tank. Her clothes, the same as in the elevator video, were inside the tank with her. It answered where she was, but raised more questions. How did she reach the roof? Climb the tall tank? Lift a heavy lid, nearly impossible to close from inside? After the discovery, the next step was to find out how she died. The coroner performed an autopsy. The initial report was not clear. Waiting fueled speculation. Several months later, the final report listed the cause of death as accidental drowning. It also stated that her bipolar disorder was a significant condition. Bipolar disorder can bring extreme mood swings, from mania to depression. Toxicology found traces of her prescriptions but suggested she hadn't taken the full dosage. No illegal drugs, no alcohol. There were no signs of physical trauma and no evidence of foul play. The official story, likely a manic episode, she reached the roof, climbed into the tank, and accidentally drowned. A tragic accident. For the authorities, the case was closed. For many around the world, it did not feel complete. Too many questions were left unanswered. Even with an official ruling, many didn't believe it was truly solved. One theory, foul play, pointing to the locked roof and heavy lid. This theory suggests someone else was involved, perhaps to hide a crime. Another theory centers on mental health and missed medication, aligning with the official report but exploring the severity of a possible episode. During such an episode, a person can lose touch with reality, paranoia, hallucinations, possibly seeking a place to hide. A third theory, paranormal, draws on the hotel's dark past. Popular among ghost hunters, but with no evidence. More far-fetched ideas linked a tuberculosis outbreak nearby and the Lam-Elisa test. Bizarre coincidences, but no credible basis. From logical to fantastic, the mystery invited explanations, each trying to make sense of what still felt senseless. The story of Elisa Lam is also a story about the internet. The elevator video became a defining mystery of the social media age. People slowed it down, brightened images, analyzed every second, and debated for hours. The attention kept the case alive, but it also fueled misinformation and hurt real people. More than a decade later, we still ask, how did she reach the roof? Was the door truly locked? How did she enter the tank alone? If she did it herself, why remove her clothes? The report offers an answer, but not closure. At the heart of this mystery is a real person, Elisa Lam, loved by her family, with dreams and fears like all of us. Perhaps the most respectful thing is accepting that some questions have no answers. A somber tale about vulnerability, mental health, and the haunting power of the unknown. Single candle burning in a dark room. Remembrance.